And then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, that's so good, oh, that's so sweet. We love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, that's so good, oh, that's so sweet. We love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, that's so good, oh, that's so sweet. We love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, that's so good, oh, that's so sweet.
And that, so far, is one of the front runners. I think one of my personal favorites as well in the Alex Jones folk song cover contest. That's Ruben Obed doing his version of We Love Us Somalis. And we have him right here in studio with us. Ruben, how's it going today, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, well, really liked your song. It came in pretty early on in the contest. I'm like, this is good. It's got a great beat. It's got some, not too crazy with the instrumentals, got a little keyboard going in there, but I think it's your delivery and I guess the little auto tunings you were putting in there that really just kind of sell the track.
Thank you. And it's funny because I mainly focus more on Latin music, salsa, but for this I thought this type of rhythm would be a little more appropriate, and I guess people took a liking to it, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you really mixed the style well, taking a folk song when it was originally written as a folk song and turned it into kind of a hip hop R&B-ish type tune that you would hear in like a club in Miami or something is what I feel you'd hear this going.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, to try to grab that vibe, and I focus a little bit more on minor chords to make it sound a little more dark, since the message is a little, more serious. So, because I've heard some other versions that they sound great, but they sound a little too happy, so I tried to, go a different route with this one.
Yeah, no, and I don't even know if people know this, but you're from Puerto Rico. You run a studio in Puerto Rico, which so tell people about your studio and the kind of different things you're doing there as being a small business owner.
Yeah, what I do here is basically I run a small production studio. I do records for local artists, some international Latin artists, and basically any type of audio visual work, commercials for, people who want to promote their businesses. So that's basically the line of work that I do, and I run it from my home studio here in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
Excellent. So there's been a lot of news about Puerto Rico, especially in the United States. Earlier in the summer, you guys were having a vote on statehood. It didn't get a lot of turnout, only about 30% turnout of people turned out to vote. What's your view on becoming the 51st state of the United States?
Well, I mean, me personally, to me, it would be an honor to be the 51st state. But at the same time, I don't trust our current government, And I feel that if Puerto Rico either becomes a state or stays the same way that it is, if we have the same people running the show, we're going to have the same results. So, I'm not against statehood, but I can't say that I'm totally for it either because of that, because, the same people running things, I don't trust them. But I think statehood would probably help out Puerto Rico if it's done properly, if it's done right.
I agree. And, I read another article. It was interesting. It was on Drudge, actually. It was on Public Radio International, talking about how young people, there was this mass exodus for years of people just leaving Puerto Rico, going to the United States, going somewhere else. But now the young people are going, look, if we're going to make our country great again, we have to stay and do that. We can't just expect the older generation to do that. So we're going to buckle up. We're going to start doing things. We're going to open small businesses. We're going to work here with this infrastructure because you guys have a beautiful island. You have a great place to live, a great place to work. So talk about that. What you see with the younger generation really trying to stay home and make things better there.
Well, I have seen lots of people leave to the States, friends and family and people that I just know. But I also have seen a lot of food trucks popping up everywhere, and people, that entrepreneurial spirit seems to be like growing here. So in a way, I feel that that's a very positive thing, and because of the fact that Trump from the beginning of his campaign, he was talking about deregulating things. I think that deregulation is going to help the economy here, make things easier for small business owners to grow and thrive. So I think that the movement of entrepreneurship is actually it was going to put this island ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've traveled around to my share of Caribbean countries, and there is some poverty there. I've been to St. Martin. I've been actually flown through Puerto Rico, just been in the airport there, and there is poverty there. But when you have this opportunity, you have a great location, you have a place where people want to come to. So you've got that working for you, and then if you could just turn that, really make the corner. I think I see great things for Puerto Rico, whether you become a 51st state or not. I don't think becoming a state is necessarily going to solve your problems, like you said. So let's get back to your song, the song, in your version of it. What do the lyrics say to you? Which part of those lyrics did you really identify with?
Actually, the entire message. See, because I love Alex Jones. I've been following Alex Jones for the longest, and one thing that I like about Alex Jones are his rants. His rants to some people, they might sound foolish, they might sound like craziness, but as it says in 1 Corinthians 2:14, that to the spiritual heart, what's godly to the world sounds like foolishness. And I as a Christian, and I know Alex Jones is a Christian as well, and many of the things that he rants about to maybe unbelievers and people who don't have a spiritual upbringing, they might not understand, they might not be able to relate. But this whole song, folk song rant is really spiritual in nature. So I would say everything he said is on point, and everything he said is basically putting the truth out there. It's a truth that a lot of the news media doesn't want to put out, and I'm happy. I'm really happy that people like Alex Jones has the guts to say these things. So it's an honor for me to sing what he said.
Well, and the whole theme of this contest has been no weapon formed against us shall prosper. These guys,
Amen.
Related to Time Warner, they're owned by Time Warner. They come out with this song trying to make Alex look bad. We just take it, turn it back on them, and now everybody's playing this song in all types of genres all over the world. I've gotten entries from the Philippines, from Eastern Europe. You're from Puerto Rico. I mean, it really is becoming its own little phenomenon, and it was based on some people trying to make fun of Alex Jones, and that just shows that you can't, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. I want to end with this. You got your MAGA hat on. What about Trump do you really like, and do you think he's doing a good job right now?
Oh, absolutely. I've been following Trump. I mean, I've been a Trump fan since I was a kid. When he had his casinos in Atlantic City, I used to live near South Jersey. So I would want to go to see if I would end up seeing him, So when he ran for president, and I heard that especially my own Latino community were criticizing him, calling him racist. And I said, no, I'm not going to stand for this, because this man is not racist. And what he has said is the truth. Maybe he didn't say it in the most politically correct way, but the fact of the matter is that people on Univision, people on Telemundo, and the news are constantly talking about how these gangs cross the border. You have gangs like the Mara Salvatrucha that they talk about a lot. So, but then all of a sudden, if Trump says criminals are crossing the border, oh, now he's a racist, now he's bad. Yet, and I can't stand somebody being criticized and defamed if it's not true. And I've been in this, supporting Trump from day one, and I've been producing music for the campaign. I even got to travel to sing at a rally, and I love it. I feel like I'm part of a cause, as well as Infowars. I mean, the whole motto of "We are the resistance" is like really empowering, at least to me. And I always, when I watch Alex Jones, I feel like I'm part of this. Even though I'm just maybe a spectator watching what he says and watching the news, but I feel part of that resistance. And, it's just an honor. It's an honor just to be talking to you here, Rob.
Well, let me tell you, thanks for participating. It's people like you out there that are really going to change this world for the better, who are just getting in the ball game, because that's a lot of what it is. People would send me messages going, oh, I don't know if this is good enough. It doesn't matter if it's good enough. Your version may speak to other people, whereas some other people's version don't. And it's going to wake people up. That's at the bottom line. That's what we want to do, is wake people up. So thanks for joining us, Ruben Obed. We've got your YouTube channel up there on the screen so people can check out more of your stuff, check out your Trump videos and stuff like that. So thanks for joining us. And that was Ruben Obed with his version of the Alex Jones folk song contest. You can also enter at contest@Infowars.com. Don't forget to put Infowars in the video somewhere, and you have till this Friday at 3 p.m. Central to enter. So let's see you get out there and produce some great music. This is Rob D reporting for Infowars Nightly News.
As most of you already know, I am a voracious consumer of news and information. And in the last 4 or 5 years, doing more and more research, I came across the fact that the elite, the establishment, the science community is fully aware of the fact that our ancient ancestors, in many cases, had much better nutrition than we do today. And our ancient ancestors sought out the bones of the animals that they were hunting, killing, and then processing. And that they went for the bones first, knowing that they were full of the vital essence in the marrow, but also in the bone structure itself. And so I set out working with the top formulator in the country to develop Caveman, but to not just have concentrated bone broth from chicken, but 7 other superfood ingredients known for cleansing and supercharging the body. Infowars isn't just fighting the globalist. We're getting results, and we're expanding in the face of the complete media assault and winning because of your support, because of you praying for the broadcast, because of you buying the products and financially supporting the transmissions. So please secure your Caveman today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.